ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਸਭ ਜਾਣੋ, ਉਹ ਦਰਗੇ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਵੋ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਸਮਝਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਵੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੀ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਮਾਣੋਗੇ। Know all, know that all are above you, and you shall find peace in the presence of God. A very good evening to all my Facebook friends, my soul sisters, my buddies, classmates, my family. मैं फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट FLC एम्पावरिंग वुमेन से आपकी चहेती हरप्रीत कौर हम लेकर आते हैं दिल से दिल तक में नायाब हीरे। जी हाँ, the most inspiring versatile personalities on this show. And my sincerest and warm greetings to one and all joining us this evening for Facebook and YouTube live streaming sessions with Harpreet Kaur. And I am so excited and honored and grateful to all of you for joining us at our show. आज के मेहमान की बात करते हैं। She is a book of quotations which makes us citizens. She is so simple, which leaves us with dimple. Maybe she lacks in her syllabus, but she don't lack in making us humans. She is a guideline, a lifeline. Yes, she is also a magician of teaching, magician of moral values, of ethics. What else should I say about them? She is the imprint of great intellectuals. She is the dynamic personality, the versatile queen, Mrs. Surjeet Khanna ma'am. Mrs. Surjeet Khanna ji, the greatest blessings of being an educator is the opportunity to touch lives of all ages, young and old, and be touched by them in return. Over 33 years of being an educator, Surjeet Khanna ji has met thousands of students, and their growth is an ever enlarging happiness for her. About her major career milestones, she has been the lecturer of English at IHE, Delhi University, lecturer of education, Delhi administration, teacher of English, and later headmistress at DPS Noida, principal of DPS Vidyut Nagar, founder principal of DPS Greater Faridabad since its inception in 2013. She calls this role as her life's best work in progress and is proud of every brick, plant, and educational resources on the 17 acres campus of the school with top class infrastructure and green cover. Resource person with the DPS's HRD Center since 2004 to date. Leadership and educational management expert and resource person for several platforms. Her accolades and awards she received: Guru Drona Award 2018, Global School Leadership Award by AKS for 2017, 2018, and then 2019. Progressive Principle of India Award by Rethink India. National Leadership Award for Thought Leadership by School Stars. Award of Principal Par Excellence from IIHM. Women Achievers Versatile Queen Awards 2019, and many more. So let's welcome ma'am on our show. A very warm welcome to Dil Se Dil Tak with Harpreet Kaur.
Yeah, thank you so
Sat
much,
Shri Akal.
Preeti. What a pleasure. Sat Shri Akal.
Sat Shri Akal ji. A very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all. So we should start with your journey and so much to know about such a versatile personality you are. So as an educator for over 33 years, you have met thousands of students, parents, and colleagues. And let's try to understand what some of these people say about you. So we have so many, surprises for you. But before that, let's
Looking forward.
yeah. But before that, I would like to listen a few words from you. How you are feeling today?
Very honored. And I think life is made up of moments that we can cherish and look back on as significant to us as persons. And I think today is one such moment because I identify very strongly with Faridabad now. It's been
Yes.
my home for 7 years in terms of my workplace. Though I return to Delhi every evening, yet I feel very strongly bound to it, bonded to it. And talking to you today and having my friends and school family and well wishers watching, it's a great opportunity to affirm my connection and communicate my gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be on Dil Se, and I hope I reach Dil Tak.
बिल्कुल, आप सबके दिलों के में छाई हुई हैं. Everyone loves you. Your gesture of you love everyone from your heart. So सबसे पहले मैं एक सरप्राइज है आपके लिए.
Okay, okay,
Hmm,
Hello everyone, it's
yes,
Veer
I'm
Das.
playing.
This video is for Surjeet Khanna ma'am, who has a very special place in my heart. I was a boy who was not doing very well in studies at all, and the only thing that I loved was theatre and performing and debating. And the only faculty member who fought for me to do those things was Surjeet Khanna ma'am. So ma'am, I thank you for always going over and above the call of duty to support students who are different and who are individualistic and who have dreams that you recognize very early in them. I hope that every student gets more teachers like you. I wish you all the best in this cause. I hope you are doing well. I am proud to have been your student. I'm proud to have been taught by you. And I hope you are proud of me with at least some of the things that I'm doing these days. I wish you nothing but love and light, and God bless you. And I always have respect for you. So thank you so much. And I just wanted to say hello. So, hello.
This
wow,
is Veer Das, Bollywood actor and stand-up comedian, and he has millions of followers. And he has sent a special testimonial for you, ma'am.
wow, that's so good. I mean, I can't believe it.
जी,
How did you
अभी
manage this?
yes, yes. Luckily, I got in touch with him, and he
Wow,
readily, sent me this. Yesterday, I got this because he was
wow,
out for a tour, and but he managed to send me this. So he was so happy to, share the testimonial for you, especially. So
wow.
another surprise would
Okay.
be playing that for you. That is none other than हमारी चहेती सुकृति.
RJ.
Gee. So let me play with that.
So thank you so much, ma'am, and you. Hi, Surjeet, ma'am. It's so good to send you a message like this. And I think generally we're just so busy with everything that we don't really get time to sit down and remember, school days and think about all that our teachers have done for us. But when I got to know about Dil Se Dil Tak and that you're gonna be there, I said I have to send you a message. So, ma'am, just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and for all students that have been taught by you. I think all the opportunities that you gave me, right from school to be on stage, to compare, to host events, I think you realized my potential way before even I did. So, thank you so much for that. I think those opportunities only helped me become whatever little person I've become today. And just want to say, of course, a big thank you for, I still remember in class 12, though I had science, but I remember that I used to look forward to my English class because I used to think that, okay, Surjeet ma'am is going to come and teach us. And that used to be the highlight of my school day when I used to get to know, oh, acha, aaj English period hai. But really, ma'am, a big thank you. And I feel that the way I used to see you manage things and everything in school. I think I've taken a little from you, and whatever little management that I can do now is all thanks to you and the way you used to manage it. I still remember this one incident, ma'am. I don't know if you remember it or not, but it's like so clear in my head that I was hosting this one event. I don't remember what event it was, but in school, and suddenly there was some script what event it
This
was, but in
is
school,
the second
and
one.
suddenly there was some script change,
Okay.
and I don't remember the teacher. Also, somebody's just written something and gave it to me, and I just say it as it is. And I had to say that I invite our loving principal to please come on stage and distribute the awards. But I ended up saying I. Request our living principal to please come on stage and distribute the awards. So मैंने loving का living कर दिया. Then everybody started laughing in the audience, and I'm like, okay, why is everybody laughing? And I didn't realize. And even principal ma'am was like just sitting and not getting. And I'm like, okay, why is she not getting up? And then my co-host came and said, you just said living principal. You had to say loving principal. I'm like, oh my god. And believe me, I was so scared to face you after that big faux pas that I had done, because I thought that you're gonna scold me a lot. But to my surprise, you were so understanding, and you made me so comfortable, and I felt okay. And you made me understand like where I'd gone wrong and everything, and why it was wrong, and that we always have living principles. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for understanding and forgiving me for that grave mistake. I remember the very next day I brought this huge sorry card, and I gave it to principal ma'am, and all thanks to you. So thank you so much. I feel that teachers like you make us want to go back to school. So and I really envy all those students who are being taught by you. Even
There's another one.
so thank you so much, ma'am, and you were my inspiration. You are, and I think you will always be my inspiration to do better. So thank you so much.
So,
Thanks a lot,
so the list
Harpreet.
is,
This is just
yeah,
wonderful,
but
so wonderful.
the list is unending. There's so much more to see and watch. So मुझे लगता है कि आज हमारी बातें कम और आपके टेस्टिमोनियल्स के बारे में ज़्यादा चलता रहेगा. You have such a fan following and loving students.
And
Amazing.
Harpreet ji, as a teacher, as an educator, and this goes for not just me, it goes for all of us in this fraternity. There are just two things that are important. One is to recognize the aspirations and potential of the children and become a part of their dreams. Or where if you find that's missing, give them aspirations, give them dreams, and then push them forward relentlessly till they open up and own up some dream or the other which will propel them to discover the best within themselves.
So very true.
So,
And you
yeah.
are so dedicated and loving towards your students. You make them very comfortable. And as they said, हर अभी तो आपने सुना कहाँ है, अभी तो एक
Okay.
अभी two more students to come. So
Okay.
एक this this one of your teacher, he has sent me the special for you. So let's play that.
Where we
Okay.
go, no matter what we do, we will never forget this captain of our crew. An inspiration, a guide, a great mentor you are, a determined heart, and an epitome of power. My words are less to describe your vivid roles. You never stop yourself from making new goals. Every word you say makes us more determined just to be strong and never be confined. Today, on this platform, I just want to say, may God bestow His best on you in every way. DPS Greater Faridabad loves you, Surjeet ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
So
Shivati. Wow, you got a poetess to speak, and that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
so
Very nice of you, Bhuti.
it's so much more to come, but before we share that, let's talk about myself. I have been honored by you. The love I have got from you is endless. So I have a one clipping that I had saved. So let me play that.
Okay. Welcome to Mr. Deepak Gupta, Director AVN Senior Secondary School, Faridabad, and Mrs. Pushplata Gupta, Principal AVN Senior Secondary School, Faridabad. I also welcome Miss Swaranangini Gupta, Headmistress DPS 98. Miss HarpreetKaur, the whole Faridabad knows you and loves the love that you have for everyone. Thank you for being here. You are the president of the chairperson of the Faridabad Ladies Club, and you focus on empowering women. And where women are empowered, a country, in fact, the entire globe stands empowered. Thank you, Ms. Sangeeta Ahuja, social activist, for joining us today. I also welcome our parents, but also people who have a light of their own, Mr. Pradeep and Mrs. Ritu Mohanty of Sledgehammer. It's wonderful that you are here to encourage us in your dual capacity. To all the members of the press, our eminent guests.
So this was a small bite I captured from that, and so I thought of playing that today.
Honored that you thought it worthy of saving for so long. It's amazing.
It was much of my excitement only, and I was so eager to have you because I've been talking to you, 3 months, last 3, 4 months. Uh, that when this pandemic time started, and I started talking to you, let's have a conversation on this. So today, it's an honor for us to have you today at our show.
Thank you. It's an honor for
It's a
me too.
dream. Yeah, it's a dream come true. So, before we share some other things, so let's start with some, you know, about your journey. So, I would like to know your childhood journey. You often talk of yourself as a village girl or Kidi Kudi. Tell us about your memories of your in Punjab.
Oh, I had an amazing childhood. Our village is Sugga, district Amritsar, a small village but very distinctly alive in my memories of childhood. ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਛੋਟਾ
हाँ
ਜਿਹਾ
जी.
ਸਕੂਲ ਸੀਗਾ ਚਾਰ ਪੰਜ ਪੇੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਟਾਟ ਵਿੱਚ
Okay.
ਹੀ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਖਤੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ ਨਾਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੋਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੱਠਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਰੋਜ਼
अच्छा.
ਦਾਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਮੁੱਠੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਦੇਣਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਭੁੰਨ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਦੇਣਾ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਘਰ ਆਣਾ. My BG was such a strong influence on me. Open air kitchen ਸੀਗਾ. ਪਰਾਂਠੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਥਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰਾ ਮੱਖਣ, ਸ਼ੱਕਰ ਨਾਲ. But
Okay.
before you could have it, you had to say a shabd, either, some kind of Gurbani that she was teaching you. You had to recite that. And then you were allowed to have it. The
I
Shami,
remember.
Dud. My mama ji used to say, call all the children one by one. My cousins, Balbi, Jessa, everybody come. And, direct from the udders of the buffalo, we would get the milk into our mouth. And I remember kapas chunna, tying a cloth here and chunna and put it here, like, like that, carrying that
Yeah.
whole load, carrying patthas home from the
Oh my
fields.
God.
Ruk jana,
See,
raste chibbar dis jane. Ruk jana, uthe sara kuch chhad ke first go and pick up the chibbers, bite into them, eat and pick up the whatever the
chibbers
day
are
had got.
they
So,
chibbers, like they are खट्टे खट्टे वाले खट्टे होंगे हैं ना
हाँ जी
chibbers.
बिल्कुल
ਉਹਦੀ
खट्टे
चटनी
खट्टे
बनती
वाले.
है.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we also used to नीचों ਦੀ ਚੁੱਕਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਥੱਲੋਂ ਗਿਰੇ
Ha.
ਹੋਏ.
So I got my taste of freedom, really, in the village, because there was no fear. Children were so free, and we moved all over the village. Nobody worried about where the children are and are they together, with whom they are. I mean, people were good, times were safe, and there were a lot of values. Like, the children of the village were everybody's property, and if BG would come to the door and say, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਨੇ, they would say, ਹਾਂ ਬੀਬੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੇਖਿਆ, ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ, ਉਹ
Everybody.
ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ, so there was always somebody sending information home. And I received so much of love. And Shami, the day would get over. There was no electricity, so by sundown the work would be over, and then everybody would move to the terrace. Kothe te, bistre
Yeah.
lagde si, in a row, whole lot of them. And my Masi ji used to tell me stories of Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh,
Gobind Singh ji.
Guru Arjun Dev. So, one grew up hearing about the gurus, and they were so real to me in my childhood. And I think that that sense of affinity with them hasn't receded to the background at all. uh, I mean, they are so alive in my memory, and the stories relating to them. And there was, I used to be called Tussu Babu because I used to cry very easily, and my mama used to say, "Oh, tus tus, shuru ho jayega eda." And my name, Babu, came from my Masiji. That's my pet name in the family, one of my
Okay.
pet names, yeah. And because she thought that I should get highly educated and become a Babu who checks the tickets in the trains. Because
Okay.
I mean, went to on a train like it was a big event. And that gentleman in a coat, etc., to my Masiji seemed so impressive that she came back and said, Asina Surjeet no Babu banana hai, Gadiyan da Babu. Te changi padhai karni hai tu, So that was the kind of ambition my Masiji had. And
Okay.
so simple and so sweet. And so that abundance that I received from there, that abundance has stayed with me, and it has shaped me into the kind of person I am. Uh, not having many fears or inhibitions about life and people and things I want to do. So very much Punjabi Kudi, even now at this age, and very proud to be one.
It's a free mind upbringing kind of atmosphere. When you get that, then you get everything. You take decisions easily.
Yes,
So
yes.
that so you were the pampered child of Pind di Kudi.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very.
ਆਈ ਰਿਮੈਂਬਰ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਬੜੇ ਹੀ ਮਜ਼ੇਦਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸੈਰ ਕਰਨ ਵੀ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਅੰਬ ਤੋੜ ਕੇ ਖਾਓ ਤੇ ਅਮਰੂਦ ਤੇ
Yeah,
ਬਗੀਚੇ ਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਐਂਡ ਪੇੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਮੰਜਾ ਢਾ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਣਾ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਬੜੀ ਠੰਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਵਿੱਚ
very true, very right. Okay.
Wow. I have also, imagining myself into, backline memory. Even I have started imagining that all. So there's another question. Um, I have noticed that the index finger of your right hand is cut. How did that happen?
Yes, a very interesting story, and that again, encapsulates the world I was living in. Uh, ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਸੰਡੇ ਇਤਵਾਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਬਾਬਾ ਬਲੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਈਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ. And
Acha
not
ji.
just our family, it was like everybody from the village. I mean, there were hordes of people who walked together, and children were running, playing, going forward, backward, and adults walking alongside, and everybody went on foot, so a couple of kilometers away. And after the part was over, then seva of the gurdwara was an integral part of the entire visit, as so to say. They BG, in Sikhism, Sangat is Guru. Guru resides in the Sangat, right?
ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ. ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਲ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਬੀਜੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਟੋਰ ਕੇ ਬੜੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਗਜ਼ ਦੀ ਪੁੜੀਆ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਘਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣਾ. ਤੇ every Sunday when we were given a bath, first that was poured in our head, a bit of it, and
ਓਕੇ
some Gurbani was recited, and then the head bath was given all in a row, one after another, sitting all children, ajo, ajo, ajo. But this particular incident is when my mom was also there. She was over at that time, and we went to Baba Bilay Sahib. And after the part was over, Kirtan was over, and Seva started. They Mama, they BG, they started washing the Thara Sahib.
ਓਕੇ
After Guru Granth Sahib nu chuk ke fir Thara Sahib di seva kar rahe si. I was very clearly told, don't come here, don't come near, don't touch it, okay, and stay
ਓਕੇ
away. But then once you're told, how do you stay away? So I hung around, and
ਪੱਕਾ ਫਿਰ ਤੇ
yeah, and I wanted to go to my mom, so I stepped right on it, walked over it, and crossed it, and came to her side. And obviously, she was totally aghast at what I had done, because for in her eyes, this was sacrilege, absolutely not acceptable. So BG, and immediately they talked to Babaji and said that Babaji, बच्चिया ने ता गलती करती है दे इता पैर रखते ने थोड़ा सापते. So Babaji was a kind man, and he said कोई गल नहीं बच्चा है कोई गल नहीं इधे हाथों तो वा दियो कोई गल नहीं. So milk and all water the way the wash normally it's done. से वो हो गया खत्म ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਤੁਰ ਪਏ. ਬਟ ਬੀਜੀ ਵਾਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਅਪਸੈਟ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਬਹੁਤ ਗਲਤ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਹੋਇਆ. ਤੇ my cousin Balveer and I, we were a little ahead, I think about 10 steps ahead of my mom and BG. ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਕਦੀ ਘਰਾਂ ਚ ਕਦੀ ਲੌਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, so we just pushed open the door and we entered. And we walked maybe 10 steps, and samne there was this fodder cutting machine, toka as it's called in Punjab.
ਓਕੇ
ਉਹ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ ਚ. So for no rhyme or reason, we just went straight, and I put my hand there and I said, Pappu Virji Gedo, and he did, and my hand went right in. So even before my BG could remove her beautiful chadar that she used to wear, all lacy and full of embroidery, before she could even remove that, I was standing there with my finger and blood spouting, and everybody was aghast. And then I was wrapped up in a case and motorcycle. We were among the few houses which had a motorcycle. And my mom carried me, my mamaji immediately, we set off for Pikivind to the doctor who was there because there was no doctor in Sugga. So then he said, well, this is little late, can't be done. Nothing here with us that allows us to, stitch it back and things like that. So that's how my finger went. Now,
Oh my God.
after that, we did go to Babaji, and Babaji told my mom, who was weeping so much, that, mom said that this is something wrong that she did, and that's why she got punished. And Babaji
Oh my
said,
God.
no, ਇਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਗਲਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਬਟ ਇਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ ਨਾਲ ਥੜਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਧੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਹਦਾ ਲੇਖਾ ਜੋਖਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਚੋਟ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ
Hmm.
ਸੋਚੋ the hand could have gone and so he took it very positively and he encouraged my mother. But I think the only loss as far as I'm concerned was that I was unfit for the army or the police, and I had
Okay.
a beautiful handwriting, which I happily sacrificed and, I learned to write in a scroll, which I trouble everybody at school right now with because they have a problem deciphering what I've written. So that was a very special incident. Yeah. So
Oh.
my students will now know the story. Yeah.
Oh
Because
my
sometimes,
God.
when I'm waving out and I find that their eyes are fixed on my hand. Yeah. Okay.
It's really, great to listen ki, such a big incidents happened with you and your finger. Oh my God.
No, it's okay. It's not
Hmm.
such a
Hmm.
big incident, but it is important in terms
Hey,
of what it
but
meant
when
to my
you
family. Yeah.
but when you were child, that time it was very big.
Yes,
You know
it
when.
seemed big. Yeah, it seemed very big to my mother. She felt that this wasn't good for me. Yeah.
I believe that you come from a family of seven sisters. How has
Yes.
that shaped your life?
Seven sisters, HSD girls, we were called. My dad, Brigadier HSD, that was his name, so we were called the HSD girls.
Hmm, hmm.
And somewhere I remember I picked up that lucky seven C's, seven stars, and somebody asked me about oh, you have seven sisters. And I remember, I
See,
think I was in class 9, perhaps, if I'm not mistaken. And I
this
said
is
that I have seven. Let me recall that word that I used. I said we are super special, serene, self-reliant, supportive seven sisters. So I remember
oh
I strung together 7S. Okay. And I was very mighty proud of the fact that we are, and in it Blyton also had Secret Seven, the detective team. So I felt that we were really a special set of family with seven daughters and seven very different persons who have gone their different ways, picked up different professions, but all strong in
okay.
education. And because my mom always said that your education is your strongest asset, it's your dowry. There is going to be only good education from your home, and that's what you must rely on to build your life. And seven of us, I was closest to my the sister younger to me, Amrit, and
I have one photograph to share that let me share one the
okay,
photograph that's your papa, that's your
that's
dad,
my yes, that's my dad,
that
Brigadier.
Brigadier HSD Singh.
Yes, yes, a
So
great.
I okay. He's,
Absolutely,
he's so
absolutely special, exceptional. Yeah,
wow. And
so
then I have another pic of yours.
yeah, yeah. That's
Kyari see.
Amrit and I. Yeah, that's Amrit and I. And it's the only photograph I have of my childhood. And I think this
Okay.
was taken in some studio, I don't know where. But
Okay.
just to illustrate a point, you know, these beautiful frocks that you see us in, yeah,
Yeah.
they were stitched by my mom, and
Oh.
all embroidery, smocking. I mean, we used to wear the most wonderful clothes because my mom was so good at designing and stitching them for us. All
Wow.
seven of us were always immaculately dressed. I mean, she would look at her designs that somebody's child was wearing or in a shop or something, and she'd just come home and recreate it. And so,
Earlier women were like, they used to stitch themselves. And ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਸਿਲਾਈ ਕਢਾਈ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ।
yeah,
ਐਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਖਬਾਰ ਦੇ ਪੇਪਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਸਿਲਾਈ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਫਿਰ
yeah.
ਦੈਨ ਲੇਟਰ ਔਨ ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੇ ਐਮਬ੍ਰੋਇਡਰੀ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਯੂਜ਼ਡ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਅ ਲੋਟ।
Yes, yes. I mean, the that was part of the culture at that time,
That was a need
and
of that,
yes, yes,
thing.
and self-reliance, being able to do things for yourself, that was considered really important. I mean, even from when I became a mom for the first few years. I mean,
Okay.
I made a lot of frocks for my girls with all sorts of embroidery. I was
You.
mighty, yeah, I was mighty proud of what I could do, all thanks to my mom.
Wow,
Yeah,
bilkul. Even
yeah.
I used to knit the, sweaters and all when my daughter was, newly born, and before I used to knit. तो ये हमारे साडे संस्कार हैं ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਦੀ
Yes,
ਮਿਲੇ ਆ।
yes, absolutely. And even now we are very close, all seven of us. And it's been like seven. We are living seven lives. We are part of the trials and tribulations, and also the celebrations. And one nice thing about having seven of us was that there was always something nice happening. Somebody somewhere in the family was always doing something positive or achieving something positive. So
Right.
in our home, the morale remained high constantly. Even if something did not go so right, something else went right, and that was enough to lift up the family. And I even now I feel that though we are, when we were growing up, Harpreet, I
Yeah.
had a sense of envy for friends of mine who had relatives abroad. I used to feel,
Okay.
yeah, kitne lucky hain, USA say, like everybody used to talk of America as the ultimate place. And I used to say, in our family, we don't have anybody. And today the situation is that my sisters have moved to different parts of the world, and their children also. So
So,
that's my mom,
yeah.
Delhi Kaur, and my
Oh,
daughters
wow.
Niharika and Jessica.
Hi.
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, they
That's so
are,
beautiful, girls. Hmm?
yes, and
So,
they are good hearted, and they are capable, and they are upright, strong girls,
wow.
and very much a reflection of my mother and my sisters.
And
Yeah.
this
Oh,
this
this
is
is
you.
me. Yeah, as a student, I must tell you, Harpreet, I was not a brilliant student at all. I
Okay.
was a
But
yes, I was a very average student, and average plus you can say, but certainly far from being a topper or anything like that. And during my school years, we moved quite a lot. So I never went on stage ever.
okay.
I never got I was never selected for any competition, and every time I tried, I wasn't successful. I didn't make the selection. I was good at
Okay.
volleyball, athletics,
Okay.
but none of the cultural activities anywhere did I get an opportunity. And then I went to GCW Amritsar as a
Okay.
hostler, and that
Okay.
college was so good to me. It gave me a platform, and it was like floodgates were let loose. Literally like floodgates. I can't tell you. I was hungry. and wanting to participate and wanting to learn things. And thereafter, I think at GCW Amritsar, I never looked back. I became a strong debater, fairly okay with writing things, and theater and NCC under officer, and I became the head girl of the school, and I became the best
Oh,
speaker of the head girl of the college, and best speaker of the college. Lot of things happened, but
we
you know what?
have we have some photographs. I don't know
Yeah,
about this. Yeah, this is when you were in school or
this is college. This is all
this
GCW.
college.
Yeah, this is the
Okay,
best speaker medal that I'm getting at GCW
okay.
in my
GCW
university.
Amritsar. Amritsar.
Amritsar,
Hmm.
Amritsar.
Okay. I have been to GCW Chandigarh, Sector 11,
Oh,
Chandigarh.
wow. Yeah, it was either Chandigarh GCW or Amritsar or
Yeah,
Ludhiana. Three
yeah,
GCWs were, people's choice.
yeah.
So
So,
these were
so,
the top
you,
colleges.
so you've been receiving award कुछ
At
आपको मिल रहा
college was
है
phenomenal, and it continued in the university. But let me tell you, none of these awards were for academics. I mean, I never
ओके
topped any subject, never topped any examination. I was good, self reliant, hardworking, but certainly not the most brilliant student in terms of academics. So, but I think I was quite happy to be what I was, and I have a lot of respect for people who are achievers. To me, it doesn't matter what area, what field it is, because the important thing is to try your best. When you strive for something, then you grow in that striving. You
राइट
push your own limits, you face your own fears,
वेरी
and you learn to face failure, and you learn to find something positive in your own failure, and you take it forward, and from one area you move to another, and then another, and then another, and it becomes like a chain of diverse efforts. So you may never become the very best in everything. I mean, I cannot certainly claim to have become the best at anything, but it was enough. What I was achieving was building me, and it was adding to my strength as a person and as somebody who wanted to dream big. I remember when I was in college, I read Thomas Gray's Elegy on a Country Churchyard.
दिस वन
Yeah,
दिस
this
वन
trophy, we won 3 consecutive years. The Rotary
ओके
debate, inter-college debate of Rotary Amritsar. And this
ओके
trophy, then on the last year, they gave it to us. So for six
ओके
months, I kept it, and 6 months, my partner kept it, and then we gave it to the college. So this was one of the best moments of my college years. So it's coming back to this poem. There are a set of lines which say, let me try to remember. Full many a flower, of full many a gem of rarest, purest ray serene, the dark unfathomed caves of ocean bear. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen and waste its fragrance on the desert air. So I remember when I read it, and I thought about the jewels at the bottom of the sea and the flowers blooming in the desert that nobody sees. I was very clear in my mind that I don't want to be unseen. I don't want to be unheard. I want to develop a voice. I want to articulate my thoughts. So, somewhere, and I remember being very inspired by Ulysses to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. And all experience is an arch where through gleams the untraveled world, whose march and fades forever and forever when I travel. These lines I have shared at school as well, because I
वाओ
really imbibed them. I mean, I took them inside me, and I said, Surjeet, you're going to work hard, you're going to do your best, and you're going to try, to to stand for some qualities, for something worthy of respect. So I don't know where that became a kind of a habit with me. I think slowly over a period of time. And I think it remains an important part of who I am even now. And, fortunately for me, there's been a lot of support for this from my dad. Wow. I mean, there should be dad like my dad for every girl in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. And, he gave me some very interesting names, Harpreetji. He used to call me DGM. That stood
Okay.
for that stood for Dangaji Maharaj.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So, and
I
because
thought I thought that's such a big name.
yeah. So because I used to be so clumsy with, if anything I was carrying, any plate, anything delicate, you could be sure that before Sujit can put it down on table, it will be on the floor. And another name he gave me was Miss AG, and that was Miss Avaragad,
Oh my
because I would
God.
never be at home, and I would be either on top of some tree
Oh
nearby, on
my
top of the roof, or any
naughty
interesting
girl.
place, not in the house, and
So
with a
you've
book
been
in
a
my
naughty
hand.
girl in your childhood, huh?
I think it wasn't, it was just the times, Harpreetji. It was just the times. The times were so secure, and there was so much of freedom to let children do things they wanted to do.
What they want to do. Yes.
Yeah. So I I think it was just that there was a lot of freedom. I mean, I keep saying
Wow.
that often. It sounds very repetitive, but the truth is that there were not too many insecurities. There weren't too many threats to children, and freedom was possible, and children enjoyed freedom, and that made a difference to the kind of people they became.
सो
So,
वेरी ट्रू
yeah,
बिकॉज जब बच्चों को आज़ादी दी जाती है उनकी खुद की सोच डेवलप होती है उस सर्टेन एज में एंड देन इफ देर आर सम फाउंडेशंस और अगर सिक्योर ज़्यादा सिक्योर करके रखा जाए देन दे वोंट बी एबल टू ग्रो सो
yeah,
आपको आज़ादी भी पूरी मिली और आपने खूब मज़े उड़ाए
yes. बहुत,
So
बहुत.
we have few photographs to share. So let's go to
Yeah.
what is this?
That's theater. Ernest Hemingway, the importance of being earnest. I played the role of Ernest here, and
Okay.
yeah, so it was a girls' college, so girls used to play the boys' role. So that's,
Oh
yeah,
my God, ये पहचाने ही नहीं जा रहे.
yeah.
So
It was good fun, good fun.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So here's another pic of yours. So this is
Uh,
you've been getting what? So what's
you know
this?
what, Harpreet ji, as a principal, one has the privilege to go forward and receive an award. And
Yeah.
even if it's that reward is for the position of a school leader, you know
Okay.
that you didn't achieve it alone, because
It's a
behind the principal is such a huge family of achievers, achieving
yeah.
students, striving teachers, and your entire office team, and I mean, you name it, right from the guard at the gate, to
Right.
everyone in the school, all the bhaiyas, didis, and people in different offices.
Behind the scenes, there is a teamwork, and
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, these are just a few we mentioned, because I think the list was so long it would have been boring for people to hear that being
no,
listed
it's
out.
really
But
interesting, and to know
yeah,
about your achievements, it's a really amazing personality you are, and we'd love to listen, and we love to share this all what you have achieved. This
yeah.
that
So this is all what
is
my school has achieved. DPSGF has achieved, and
okay.
it's a young school, and any school is as good and great as its teachers are. I mean, in no place anywhere in the world does the granite, the marble, the architecture make the school. It adds possibilities to the schools, but the school is really the team of teachers. जिन्नी ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਹੈ ਨਾ, that is the himmat of
Yeah.
the school.
Yeah.
And as much as your students are enmeshed and harmonized and one in sync with the teachers, that much is the potential of the school to build lives and take children forward as achievers. So I think whenever we talk of DPS Greater Faridabad, the first salutation has to go to the team of teachers that are there. And they are
Okay.
amazing ones. I mean, honestly, I'm in love with them, but I also admire them for the skills they have. And especially during COVID times, I can just say salute. Big time, big
Yes, we
time,
have
big
one thing
time.
to share because as being in the you celebrated 15th August, and I have a one clipping to share that too. Um, Let me see. Yeah, yeah.
Devin, oi, Devin,
So this, you know, छोटी सी एक क्लिपिंग थी आपके स्कूल के जो भी रिसेंटली यू हैव सेलिब्रेटेड 15th अगस्त सो
yes,
आई
yes.
गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गेट दिस बाइट फॉर
Uh,
दिस शो
yeah, you know, it was so good to make a great function come alive in just 2 days. That's the total time of
वाओ
preparation for the decoration, for the group song that our teachers sang, and this group dance that the four dance teachers of our school. I mean, the beginning of this dance is very, very beautiful because all of them are specialists in their own areas, and that's what they were demonstrating. And we had just the head boy of our school. He came with a self composed poem to represent the students, but we couldn't call our students or all our teachers. So
ओके
it was a very select gathering, and because of COVID, we were very, very cautious about the safety measures and things like that. But I had a very interesting experience, which maybe I could share, and that might be of value to my students and my teachers as well. Uh, when we were setting up the stage for this program, so because it was going to be a small gathering, we didn't want to use our big stage, and we didn't want to use the amphitheater because you can't put a tent there, and we knew it would be hot. So we came to the inner the assembly ground of our school, and that assembly
ओके
ground has three trees. Right
ओके
in the center is one tree, and then there are two trees on the sides. And uh, so we knew that we would have to play with these trees for the decoration, right?
ओके
So, and these are young trees, not fully grown. They've just been planted about 6-7 years ago. So, itne bahut bade nahi hain. So, when we were debating on the decoration, so we came to the central tree and we said we will play with this tree and make this the highlight. And when we came closer and we were going around it and we were thinking, ke kya karna hai, we noticed that there were two nests there. And, two sets of birds were busy building their nests in that little forking of the branches. And
ओह
so we said no, we can't disturb these, we can't touch these branches. So we were left with three branches which were in the front, so the two
ओके
at the back just couldn't be touched. So
ओके
then what we did was, and because we didn't want to shake the tree at all, So all we did was to take a broad brush. My art teachers did it, I didn't. They did it beautifully. They just touched it with strokes of the tricolor. So
Okay.
all along the leaves, there were these tricolor, blue, orange, white, green. They were spread on the leaves, just strokes of them, and you could see a bit of orange here and a bit of blue and things like that. So it looked so beautiful, and when I was looking at it, and I felt that this is actually what the flag of India does. It protects us the way these nests are protected
Wow.
here, and there are all the colors of the tricolor all around them, and these nests are so safe. And that's how we are in our country.
Wow.
If we can keep our tricolor strong, and we can have respect, and we can uphold our constitution and give each other equality and respect, then we are like those birds whose nest is so secure
So,
and untouched, even though
right.
there's such a huge upheaval happening all around them, but they are protected. So I think the value system of our school, for me, came alive in a very new way that day. And I was so grateful for that moment of insight. And, that, yes, I understand the significance of belonging to India, of being an Indian, and honoring this day through this grand event that we did with a small
It
setup.
was, I just been through, that was amazing till the end. I couldn't resist myself and I watched till the end. It was so
Thank
amazing,
you. Thank you,
beautifully
sweetie.
designed. You always do such kind of, whenever you put hand in anything, any event in the school. When I have been invited, I have seen that. So let's share a few of the moments I have when you invited me, especially as a guest of honor. So I have to
Okay.
share something. This.
Oh, wow.
When we
Amazing.
have
That's you
principal
right in the
from,
center. Yes.
yeah, the principals of all the schools, DPS,
Yeah.
you know,
Right,
and
right. Yes, yes.
this
Oh, wow.
is
This is in my room. Yeah.
yeah,
This is
your
in my
room.
office. Yeah, there are trophies in the background. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. This is amazing.
yeah.
So good. Okay.
So
Wow. Wow. I must
and
ask you for these photographs.
I had been saving it. So here it,
Okay.
the
Excellent.
what is that? Yeah,
Yeah, very, very nice. This is the parents who won
yeah.
it. Yeah, in that place. Yes, yes. Okay. All
So
right.
these are the children who won.
Yes.
So
How
yeah. So there's another moment. Can you recollect that? This one.
Oh yes, your cover. Oh yes, the magazine cover.
Yeah.
After you beautiful ladies were all done with your shoot, then I joined you, right? That's why I'm the
Yeah.
one in odd color. And that's
No,
very
but
yeah.
that became more beautiful when you were sitting in between us. So
So
it was
nice.
like, the third edition. Now we are coming up with the fourth edition of our
Wow.
FLC magazine, that is going to be
Excellent.
named as Versatile, Enable, Empower,
Wow.
and Engage.
Congratulations. And may,
Yeah,
may
thank
your
you.
initiative grow strong and carry on for decades and touch
Thank
many
you.
lives. Yeah.
Thank you. So we have another beautiful memory to share. This. Yay!
What? Yeah,
This,
that's lovely. That's at your function, right?
yeah, this was a function when we did special event for the women, Karwa Chauth event for the women, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so
Yes, I
this
remember.
I do have a few seconds of video bites also for that, and let me play that also.
Very nice.
कि जैसे तुझको बनाया गया मेरे लिए कि जैसे तुझको बनाया गया है मेरे लिए तू अब से पहले सितारों में बस
जी, छोटी छोटी bites हैं. I have, so let me share one more. This is so beautiful.
To belong to the people you share your life with completely and with all honesty. And for me, you're coming together like this, each one of you looking so festive and so beautiful, and quite clearly very, very happy to be here. This means a lot about the kind of attitude we all need to carry in our lives every day. So thank you for this honor. Harpreetji, we are very, very grateful to you that you remember us so warmly and affectionately at all your events. And Ritu Jain, my headmistress, yeah, she's with me, and we are here to kind of lend our solidarity and comradeship to you all to say that we are rather happy that Faridabad has such a vibrant set of ladies absolutely leading the city in so many creative ways. Yes, absolutely. A big round for each one of you. And thank you for the joy you bring to us and the joy you bring to each other. And may your strength continue to grow and may you touch many, many lives with positivity. Thank you so much for the honor of us being here today as part of your celebration. Very grateful to you. Thank you so much.
That's been our honor and the beautiful words.
No, thank you so much. Ritu and I were very
My
happy to
God.
represent DPS Greater Faridabad that day. And, how lives get connected when you are open and receptive to what life brings you. That's the beauty of life. And everyone we come in touch with, whether they are children like my students or parents of my students or my teachers or wonderful people like you whom we have met, who've been so generous to our school. So I think when hearts are open and minds are willing to connect and take the best from each other, then immense possibilities come to the fore, and that's
So
how
right.
lives get enriched and built. And these connections sustain us. I mean, I think at your events I met many parents of my school as well, and it was a very warm coming together with them. And even when I meet the parents of my school at few events that I go, very selectively I'm able to go because schools are busy places. But it's always a pleasure to find people having so much willingness to empower you, to add to your strength and to add to your courage and say, all right, you're working hard. We can see that and we appreciate and we are with you.
Leader,
Yeah.
because leader is so powerful. And I remember one day when first we visited your school at that time, and you were just we were after you, and you were about to show us the auditoriums and all the halls for our show for this Women Achievers Versatile Queen Award season 1. So when we were going after you, I just that thing, amazing thing in you, such a groundedness in you, and the simplicity, सादगी आपकी, जो कि आप सीढ़ियां चढ़ रही हैं और आप वहां पर जो पेपर गिरे हुए हैं, कचरा है जो आप साथ साथ उठा दीजिए जा रही हैं. that made me so impressed. I was so much amazed to see ki what kind of leader you are. You can do anything, and then your tribe will follow it. Your teachers are such kind of
Yes.
dedicated. They respect you for what you are.
You have
It's
to
such kind of thing.
You have to identify the values you want to stand for, and then you have to model them as worthy of emulation, and you have to continue to
Right.
keep that modeling integral and alive every day, and be very hopeful about it. And you will find that your children will go far ahead of you. Today, in my school, it makes me so happy to see students taking initiative. I mean, very recently, I had students launch their own research society, yours, Youth Research
Okay.
Society. Yesterday, I was on a mail conversation with a student of class 11, on the debate tabloid that they want to launch. And my students have just had their own webinar under the Unmute series, and that's going to be a series that they're going to continue across many subjects. So there is so much
Okay.
of leadership. There's so much of leadership, and it's starting from very, very young students articulating their thoughts, and we telling them, okay, go ahead, let's see you do it.
Wow.
How do you want us to support you? So I think education within books has certain value when you can make it experiential, when you can make the learning outcomes very tangible and very concrete in terms of the development they bring about. Otherwise, textbooks have very limited value. The important thing is to use the textbooks to develop those skills in you, those faculties of the mind and the heart and of the body, which will help you to look at life with positivity and with knowledge and with intelligence and with curiosity, and be willing to take the initiative, for wherever you want to go. I remember very, very long ago, I realized this when I was a young teacher at DPS Noida, and I think even before that, I think even at IHE, and when I was a lecturer for education, I would always look at the eyes and the body language of my students to ascertain whether I am a positive influence with all that I have at my disposal. And I was constantly educating myself in terms of what they told me through their responses. And I can safely tell you, Harpreet, though there is no doubt that amazing principals like Mr. S.L. Dhawan, the founder principal of DPS Noida, Padam Shri, Mrs. Neena Sehgal, very progressive, and Kamini Basin. I mean, she's an absolute fearless
Oh,
crusader. I mean, she can work. I hardest working person that I've come across in my life. So these were great influences for me as somebody who was aspiring to be a principal. But I think I am essentially a product of my students. My students have shaped me, and they have shaped
so
me by telling me what they are looking for, what they want, what they need, and then me taking the decision to step forward and say yes. All right, I understand. I'm hearing you, and I am willing. And the truth is that I have amazing children, Yuvraj, Niharika, and Yuvraj, all talented, confident people following their own dreams. But uh, I have
for
worked
that I
here
have
with other students, not my own children so much. But I had good colleagues, especially my EV group, English group, we teachers of English of DPS Noida, and
okay.
I think they played a very positive role for my students. And here too, I mean, I have wonderful people like Mrs. Richa,
The
like
what?
Anita Gupta and Sanjana, who joined alongside. And we got a lot of support from Mr. Rohit Jain, our Pro VC, and Mr. Shunglu, our chairman of DPS Society, until last year, our school chairman, and now Dr. Luthra, who was a founder chairperson. She's back and in the role of the chairperson. All these are people with, I mean, such amazing amazing intelligence and experience and understanding of life, that working under them, working under their guidance, working for their approval and appreciation for the school. I mean, the entire school has grown. So it's,
We have
I have
yet
to,
another
yeah,
we have
yes.
yet another testimonial from your
Yeah.
ex-student. So let's listen to them.
Okay.
Hi, ma'am. Shoro here. So I've been asked to recount some memories of you. So one conversation I fondly remember is when you were. This is after I'd finished school, many years after. So you were talking about why you teach, and I think. One comment you made is, I think in one sentence it summarized why you teach, which is, it's because you love it. And I think that's come through to in all of the interactions and the kind of care you've taken of all of us and the sort of guidance we've received from you. And one more moment, I don't think it stood out to you, but it was to me as a watcher. I remember we were out for dinner and Astha was there and her son was there. And, you were talking to him about how he's doing in school. And I was watching that interplay. So I think within maybe 5 seconds, our son, who was at that time maybe 10 years old, he was reporting to you about everything he did in school, just the way he would do to any of his teachers. So that whole teacher-student dynamic was so clear. And Astha was, as any good parent, complaining about him to you. But it was just a beautiful sight to watch. In a few moments, you would build trust and rapport. And I think seeing that reminded, maybe, gave me an outsider's view of what it would be like, to be in the shoes of her son and interact with you and the kind of love and affection that you showered on us all these years. So, it's been, it's so many wonderful memories and wonderful times, and that's all I had to say.
Bless you, Sora.
Sora
Sora was
Bhattacharya ji.
the student of my first batch at DPS Noida, and one of the
Okay.
most intelligent young persons I have known in my life. And when he went to Harvard, and his pass out rank was 99.9 percentile,
Ah.
and he told me about it, and I felt that as if I have also graduated from Harvard with Sora. And Sora is into research now, and even when he used to sit in my class, he and Ruksh and Sora became the school president, and Ruksh became the school head boy. And they were both these boys were awesome debaters. I mean, Sora, Harpreet, when Sora used to write his English paper, I couldn't find a fault. And his handwriting is immaculate. It's like print. And I used to look, because I couldn't find a fault, I used to look for commas and full stops. और जहाँ भी मुझे कुछ ऐसा मिल जाता था ना, उसको बड़ा सारा उसको गोल करके I should say attention to details, because I couldn't find anything. And the same was with the language of Veer. I mean, it was like it was a pleasure to watch these boys when Veer used to debate. I mean, people used to kind of open their mouth because the language fluency and the logic was so fresh and so new. There was nothing cliched about how these boys used to debate.
Wow.
So I think it's been like when I tell you that I have been shaped by my students. I mean, these kind of students, a teacher is blessed to have
Indeed.
been associated. And Sora always, every now and then he makes it a point to gather everybody and take me out for dinner.
Okay.
And that evening is always very special. And I look at these boys with awestruck eyes and so much pride, and I feel so good and I feel so blessed. And
Yet another to come. Yet another to come. Just yes.
मैं
सुनिए
मिसेस सुरजीत खन्ना की स्टूडेंट। आप अंदाज़ा लगा लेंगे कि मैं उनकी कितनी पुरानी स्टूडेंट हूँ, क्योंकि तब मैं कॉलेज में पढ़ा करती थी और आज मेरा बेटा कॉलेज में पढ़ता है। मैं उनकी तब भी फ़ैन थी, आज भी हूँ और आगे भी रहूँगी, क्योंकि स्कूल कॉलेज तो मनपसंद मिल जाते हैं, लेकिन ऐसी अच्छी टीचर, मनपसंद टीचर मिलना बहुत ही नामुमकिन है। और जिन्हें मिली हुई है उन्हें अपना सौभाग्य समझना चाहिए। आज मैं उन सभी टीचर्स को जो उनके साथ काम कर रही हैं मुबारकबाद देती हूँ, और उन सभी स्टूडेंट्स को जो उनके स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि ऐसी टीचर जो आपको मिली हुई हैं आपको अपना सौभाग्य समझना चाहिए। मिसेस खन्ना की तारीफ़ के लिए शब्दों की बहुत कमी है, जितनी बढ़िया पर्सनालिटी वो रही है, क्योंकि वो एकेडमिक प्रॉब्लम्स ही अपने स्टूडेंट्स की सॉल्व नहीं करती थी। एज ए मदर, अगर बच्चा कोई उदास है, अपसेट है, तो सबसे पहले वो देखकर ही समझ जाती थी, उस समस्या को सॉल्व करके उसके बाद वो पढ़ाना आरम्भ करती थी। इसलिए उनकी तारीफ़ में, उनकी प्रशंसा में मैं दिन क्या, हफ्ते क्या, महीने लगा सकती हूँ, लेकिन आप सबके पास टाइम कम होगा, इसलिए मैं इतना ही कम शब्दों में कहूँगी कि आप सबको, जिनको ऐसी टीचर्स मिली हुई हैं, ईश्वर का बड़ा शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहिए, धन्यवाद करना चाहिए कि उन टीचर के साथ काम करने का मौका मिल रहा है। धन्यवाद।
Amazing.
Wow. You know,
Amazing
Sunita,
words.
Harpreetji, Sunita was my student somewhere, I think around 87 or 88. I was a young educator at that time. And
Okay.
she presented a white metal statue of uh, Mata. Uh,
Okay.
uh, and it's still there in my house. And I mean,
Okay.
it's right next to the Gutka Sahib,
Acha.
right? And
Acha.
Mohan's,
Okay.
you know, his idols of Hanumanji and Ganeshaji and others. So, uh, Sunita was an exceptionally loving student, and
Wow.
I am just so honored I'm so honored and I'm so grateful. Why Guruji is so kind. I think this is why we choose to be educators, you know. And every teacher who's listening to me will vouch for it. That this is why this this acknowledgement, it doesn't happen with everybody. It happens
Right.
with some. But where it does happen, it is like actually we become gurus, we become somebody special. And I think this is where our Josh comes from, you know.
Hmm.
Josh is high amongst
Right.
teachers always. They just need to look at it at their student, and then they'll forget the world, and they will just go all out to do what they can.
Hmm.
And this
Ji.
is the truth about teachers. No, I'm just a representation of that my clan.
Yeah.
And you
Hmm.
can talk to there's such amazing educators I have met in Faridabad. I mean, Shirley Das, Mrs. Pinky Gandotra, Manorma Ma'am of Tagore, Mr. Anil of
Hmm.
Sector 19, Mr. Deepak Kumar of Holy Child, Mr. Pawan Gupta of DC, Mrs. Ritu Kohli of Aishar, Mamta Wadhwa of Manav Rachna, Anita of DAV, and Deepika of Grand Columbus. I mean, I could just go on naming. There's all
Wow.
these amazing people. I mean, they are so inspiring, and they are so generous, and they are so appreciative of our young school. And I think this generosity is what makes us greater and better than many people in this world. And so if you feel that this respect that you have so generously gathered and presented for me and the audience to see, so I hope it will inspire young people, and it inspire parents to talk to their children about what a teacher is and how a child elevates himself or herself when he learns to respect his teacher. And life changes. I remember I wasn't very good at maths when I was in school, And I remember sitting with my father in Kaluchak with a report card. I think perhaps it was of class 10. And the math score wasn't so great, and neither was the science score very great. And he
Okay.
looked at it and he looked at me, and I said, "Kid, the teacher is not good. Don't blame me, right? I don't understand."
Okay.
And he said, "I'll tell you why you are not good at maths. You're not good at maths because you have not learned to respect your teacher. And till you
Ah,
learn to respect your teacher, you take it from me, you will never be good at it." So this was his
so very true.
simple explanation. And I thought about it and I realized that he was so right, because I was doing very well in English literature. And that is because I was in love with Mr. Dabaria, my teacher of English literature. I mean, I was literally like, unke muh se jo shab nikalte the, I would, okay, here I am, my hands are open, my heart is open. Sir, what more can I
Oh,
learn? Sir, what more can I read?
oh,
So, and in fact, my sense of justice for life, I think, is because of the books I read, like books like uh, The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, Pearl S. Buck, The Good Earth, and Tess of D'Urberville by Thomas Hardy. These kind of books that I read, I, I understood how important it is for one human being to be fair, to be just to another. And for this love of reading, I have to thank my dad, because way back when I was a kid, he took me to the a library at Bahula Library in Devlali. He was a staff officer at that time, and he told me, if you're not in school, you should be in the library. And that started out a love affair with books, which is continuing today. And I think uh, you know, uh,
have
yeah,
um,
I am so grateful. I'm so grateful
so
for people who've written great books. I'm so grateful to all that I've had access to, and I'm so grateful right now. My cup of gratitude at DPS Greater Faridabad is really full and brimming. I mean, there is so much of gratitude to the school
we
and
have a
the
few
school family.
comments. Would like to name the comments of the viewers who've been, watching us, and they have mentioned some of the messages. So I would like to name them:
Okay.
Ashi Garg, Himanshi Ahuja, Deepak Chauhanji, VC Sanvi Singh, Sujo Saha, and Dilip Patnaik, Raghav Sanwaria, Sujo Saha. Many people have mentioned about you, and I think it will take a full day to reply to everyone's. So it would be duty of Ritu ma'am and other, staff members, that they have to reply each and everyone now. They have been, mentioning so many, showers of messages on our
Yeah,
Facebook and YouTube today.
thank you. I'm sure my husband Mohan will smile when he hears this. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, he knows my the debacles I do at home, and he's so supportive about everything, and he's always encouraging. Yeah, thank you.
This Garima Tripathi, Anuradha Mishra, Kavita Sharma, Neetu Gupta, VC Salmi Singh, Rajit Mehta. So many new names. I can't even, name everyone. Jasminder Kaur, Rajit Mehta. So new people have joined us. And I'm surely that is from DPS. All DPSians are there and their parents are there. Preeta, Pooja, members are also, our members are also here. The messages have gone mixed up.
Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for such a love and appreciation sharing on our comment box. So grateful and so delighted to see. We have a few of the photographs. Let me share that fast. Time is running short. This
Yes.
is the photograph I have saved when I was invited there. So I just
Oh,
saved this photograph for this the nice gesture
nice.
of welcoming the guest. So as a guest, I was honored and so much, full of love. This was the event photograph एक मेरे पास थी, so I just thought of sharing
Okay.
it.
Wow.
So
I think this junior school. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's lovely.
this amazing photographs I have, and I have to share when you invited us for चार यार जो एक प्रोग्राम हुआ था उसमें हमारे साथ
Yeah.
रितु जी एंड
Yes.
पूर्णिमा जी.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Lovely. All of you. I mean, you look so breathtaking.
it's your big heart welcome us so well. बहुत प्यार से दिल से आप हमारा वेलकम करते रहे. See the gesture. So this is what the moments say all about. These are the very precious moments we have, and we keep remembering them. And
Thank you. Thank you
आप
so much.
बहुत
Wow.
ध्यान रखते हैं सबका. So such memorable moments we had to share. So मुझे लगा कि ये मैं पल गवाना नहीं चाहती, इसमें शेयर कर ही दूँ आपके जितने भी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं पल. So here, there are 2-3 questions left we need to ask you before we, this one photograph I have to share. This is just tell us about this.
Yeah, I was chief guest at this Little Millennium, their annual award ceremony, and this is me at the end of it being felicitated. And so, yeah, so that's it was a good. I mean, they had teachers, the Millennium teachers from all over. This is
Okay.
the global. I mean, there were about 70 countries represented here, and from the ones in India, I
Okay.
was one of the award winners. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here's the moment,
Oh yes, that's
children you've been
me
spending.
doing what I love. I mean,
बच्चों के साथ
with
बच्चा
my
बन जाना.
students and reading with my students. I mean, this is
Okay.
I want them to become readers because readers
Okay.
become thinkers, and
Okay.
thinkers have thoughts that they want to share, and so they become speakers, right? And when you speak, then you learn responsibility for the words that you use. So
Right.
it's a very good cycle of growth, and it's a cycle that can continue lifelong and help you to evolve, no matter who you are or at what age you are.
Right.
Oh,
This is the
this is yes, you. This is
yes.
yeah. This is Dr. Maletia,
The
and you.
Dr. Shivangi
Yeah,
Malatia and Dr. Sandeep Marwaji,
Marwa.
Noida Film City
Right.
से. So we did this Women Achievers Versatile Queen Awards, and you've been the Versatile Queen. You've been nominated for that, and you won that.
That's your generosity, but I love you for it. Thank you.
There's one memory left, and I just want to share this one. This one.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
Yes, you were designated as an award winner, and your daughter
yeah,
represented you, right?
yeah. Dainik
Doing the
Jagran was
Danik
there.
Jagran, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Sarokaj.
this
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
this is 2020, 26th
yeah.
January
Yes.
2020 was, a very great beginning for us and a big, beautiful start. But we didn't knew that this will happen. But this, at the end of the day, we always say कि whatever happens, happens for good. और मुझे लगता है कि ये कुछ ना कुछ नया लेकर आया ही. हर अध्याय नया कुछ लेकर आता है और इस पेंडेमिक टाइम में I started दिल से दिल तक with Harpreet Kaur show, and today 70th show, live show.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Thank you.
What a
Thank you
journey.
so much.
Yeah, what a journey.
So I have one or two questions left to ask you. So let's लेट्स क्लियर
Okay.
ask
Okay.
that
Yeah,
question.
let's move fast. Yeah.
आपके यस एक तो मुझे आपके बारे में ये पूछना है योर डैड रिटायर्ड एज एन आर्मी ब्रिगेड योर मदर has been an awardee artist from many state government and the Lalit Kala Academy. What has been their influence in your life?
Uh, very, very strong influence. Um, my dad was a man of very high integrity, a great soldier. At the Uri Cham sector during the 71 war. He was so ferocious in his pursuit of protection of the army pickets that people started calling him Tiger. कि Tiger यहाँ पे आया
Ah,
था, Tiger वहाँ आया था, वहाँ दिखा था. And when he was station commander of Batinda, that time he was a colonel, and this when he was the
okay,
station commander of Batinda,
okay,
he took all the decisions for setting up the cantonment and saw a lot of work happen during his tenure. So there I think during the 71 war, he earned a name for himself for his valor. And during the construction of the Asia's biggest cantonment for his integrity. I mean, he was such a man of unimpeachable character, so strong, so humble, and so
ah,
genuine. So I'm totally, and he would. My conversations with him have been the highlight of my life in terms of the development they brought. Like I told you, I was totally my daddy's girl, and I any time in life, whenever I've had a difficult moment, I've said, "How will Daddy solve it?" And if I had to make a speech and I found it difficult, I said, "How would Daddy say it?" So it was, he gave me all the answers. And my mother, I mean, she was a great cook. She was a great,
okay,
I mean, created beautiful clothes for us. She has maintained one of the most beautiful homes that I've seen in my life. And she was, I mean, fearless kind of a lady who did everything. Seven daughters is not easy to
yeah,
bring up, to give birth
really,
to bring them up, to look after them, to give them a value system, to be part of the travails that come in with every daughter's life when they are with parents and when they are not with parents and are making their way in the bigger world. So she's been like a strong support system for all of us. And I was in class 7 when she started learning how to paint because she was very good at embroidery. So, but then she started learning to paint when I was in class 7, and I was in class 11 when she got her first award from J&K government, and she never
okay,
looked back. And her paintings are in army messes all over, in museums, in private collections, and our home here in Mohali. All the
okay.
walls are covered with it, with her paintings, and so she's been an awesome, versatile lady. I
Huh.
mean, no daughter can match her. None of us are anywhere near her. She is all of us put together. So we've taken bits, and that
It's a
she's
really
amazing.
blessing.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's just amazing.
So I have so much to ask. Actually, you have already
Yeah,
told us कि you how been you were as a student. तो आपने वो बता दिया कि आप कैसे थे. You were not that
yeah.
intelligent,
Okay,
but
okay.
yeah.
Just
So
okay types.
we have another question. You're known to have great passion for reading books. How did it start? And what difference have books made to your life? What have you read recently? आपने इसके बारे
Surjeet
में
Khanna is all the books that she read. Yeah, as a person, as a young person, I was just my books, and I think books are a very very good way of knowing the world because you know it in all
best
its
friends.
diversity, and
Books
you
are
know
the
the
best
right from
friends.
the wrong. Yeah, and then you also realize that life is all shades of gray, and life is not black and white at all, and every viewpoint has a story if somebody is willing to listen, and there is no place in life for judgments.
Right.
So yeah, so I think books, that's when I became principal of DPS Vidyut Nagar, just a small thing to share with you why books, how books were so important for me. Um,
Yeah.
I realized that they hadn't bought books in the library for a long time because the funds hadn't come from the organization, mother organization. And I was appalled that children don't have anything new to read. And I'd moved from DPS Noida. This is 2011, and my salary was somewhere, I think 65 or 70,000 was my salary as principal at that time.
Yeah.
And so I called one book vendor and I told him, जितनी मेरी सैलरी है इतने पैसे हैं आपके पास, आप मुझे सिलेक्शन ऑफ लेटेस्ट बुक्स ला के दीजिए at the most competitive rates that you can, because I want lots of books. So that 1 month salary, I mean, I wouldn't
Wow.
say, I mean, it's not a big amount. It's not a very big amount at all. But at that time, the desire was so strong. You have to have books in the library for children to read, new stuff for
Wow.
children to read. And I have to be talking to them about what are you reading, what are you reading, and then they have to say have new books that they haven't seen before. So of course later on when I lobbied for it, I got the funds and I was able to add a lot to the library. And at DPSGF we have a fantastic two libraries, and we have also gone online with during COVID times with our library. So I think, and we have an award also for library reading, good reading, and things like that. So I think books are very very important. Don't give your children clothes. Don't take them to malls. Don't waste money on gaudy stuff. Get
Oh,
them good books. Help them
yes.
to set up a corner in the house which is theirs, and the choice of books reflects them and helps in their growth of their
Their
mind. So I think
their personality,
everyone.
their upbringing depends upon what they do, what they are surrounded with. So I think books are the best friends, the lifetime friends.
Yeah.
So tell us about the as a family person, how about you
Very
as a
poor
family
cook.
person. Oh,
Yeah. And far more active at school than I am at home. And I
okay.
have an amazing husband. I mean,
Yes,
who
I have
supports
seen
me,
them.
yeah,
Wow.
big time. And but yes, where my children are concerned, there's been a lot of involvement in shaping them as individuals. So Niharika is with Google at New York,
Okay.
and Jessica is with Malaya in Paris. They are twins.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the Yuvraj did law, and then sprung a surprise on us that he didn't want to do law anymore and wanted to be a photographer.
Wow.
So I
A
got a
family
lot of
thing.
encouragement from some good people who told me it's okay. And then Mohan and I, we said, all right, follow your dreams. And so he is in New York
Wow.
as well. And the best thing is that very recently his work was featured on Washington Post. So that's
Okay.
one very, yeah, it's a step forward. It's a big recognition for a young photographer like him. And the children are good, Harpreet. They are strong. They're family centered, don't
Okay.
have any wrong habit, and but they have
Wow.
a mind of their own, and that mind is not without views. So we have learned to listen to each other and feel strong about things that are strong for someone, and there is a lot of support. My girls are like another set of moms for you, Raj. And so it's great, and it's a pleasure to watch their journey of life and seeing them handle their own struggles and triumphant over things, and where they need to change their direction, or keep resolute in what they want to do. So it's good. I mean, I'm very very grateful for the children I have. I think they are an asset to me, and my husband Mohan. and to our family at large. So
Wow.
it's good. And the
Great.
best thing was when our kids were growing up, we all sisters would come with our kids to Batinda, to my dad's home. And
Okay.
so it would be like one kid would say, Mama, and there would be five, six, depending on how many of us were married at that time. There would be five, six
Okay.
turning around and say, Hanji beta. And then the kid would say, No, I want to talk to Jinda Mama. I want to talk to Amrit Mama, or,
Oh my
Please
God.
Mama. And oh, it was amazing. It was just amazing. It's been great to have all these kids grow up together. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. This questions coming in my mind, and I have to ask. अभी भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पड़े हुए हैं जो मुझे पूछने हैं.
But I think, yeah,
You know,
your time is not with you.
yeah. But just tell me in a short, like just short thing answers. Did you always wanted to be a teacher? How did this choice happen? आप
Uh, I wanted to join the army, but I realized the army
yeah,
was
yeah,
not
you
for
told
me.
that. Oh,
Then
that
I
because
wanted to
of
be an actress, but I didn't know how one
wow.
I didn't know how one becomes an actress. Then I
So,
started studying for the civil services and left that process halfway when I got married.
okay.
And B.Ed happened because I was at home and not doing anything. And then there was practice teaching at Modern School, Barakamba Road, where I realized that, oh, I'm not too bad at teaching. And then
Yes,
I got an opportunity
you
with
did it.
ISC. And then I knew that this is what I have to do for the rest of my life. This is what I enjoy,
You,
and I
yeah.
think I can do it well.
So
So
now this has become your passion, and you are doing the best with this.
yes,
One of
I'm
the
trying
best
to
passion.
do the best my hands can do, the best my mind can do, the
So
best my words can do. And I'm trying to keep
as
it very clean, upright, and strong, so that I can look at everybody in the eye and hold my head high always. And that's important for me. And
okay.
this school is DPSGF. It
Yeah,
means
just wanted to ask about ki
it's
as a founder principal of DPS Greater Faridabad, which started in 2013, I think, and in very first year you had over 1100 students, which is phenomenal, and you have more than three times that number now. You have won so many awards, and your school too is performing so well as a progressive center of learning. So, what does this school mean to you?
uh, I hope that the listeners, the audience, will receive my words with the same sentiment as I am articulating them. That for me, this school has been my Harmandir Sahib, my Ayodhya, and my Makkah. I
That
have, yeah,
fully dedicated, fully dedicated, दिल
yes,
से, है ना?
yes, and I've had amazing people join me. I mean, like I told you, Ritu Jain, I think she's walked
Yeah.
every milli step with me, along with a huge team of founder teachers. Most of them are here, still in school. The management, Mr. Rohit Jain, Mr. Anil Chopra, a lot of other people have been very supportive. The
So,
society has been appreciative, and
so
the
yeah,
community at
like,
large has been kind to us.
so
And
you have been,
by Guruji, it's all by Guruji's mere. You do your best, and then
right.
you hope that it works. But when a lot of people come together with good intentions, I think Guruji says it's all right. Yes, I'm with you. So carry on, do your best.
And
So
you have been coming to Faridabad for 7 years now, daily. And how do you like this city? What are the people you have
oh,
particularly enjoy knowing here?
yeah, I just mentioned all these people to you, all these
Yeah.
educationists that
Yes,
I have,
yes.
and Mr. Motilal, he's I think principal or director of Shri Sai Baba School. I
Gee,
mean,
we are
yeah,
bringing
people
him
like
here
him.
at Dil Se Dil Tak soon. हम
Oh,
लेकर आ
that's
रहे हैं
great.
उनको.
Yeah. So
Yes.
people like him are so inspiring. And
Yes.
I mentioned to you a whole list of educators that I have met here, and I've really loved interacting with them, and I love to hear about other schools doing well, because I feel every child of our country deserves to go to a
जी.
great school, and our competition is with our own selves. I mean, we need to improve where we can and build stronger where we need to be
Right.
stronger. And it's not about somebody else how strong they are. It's all about how strong we can be, my
Right.
teachers and I, for our students, and how much we can persuade the parents of our students to be with us, to understand us, and to support
So,
us. And they've done that at Ruchi.
yeah.
I mean, parents have been
So
superb.
it's been your life goal now. It's been your life.
Yes,
And so
yes.
tell us about the mantra you like to live by.
Not too many mantras as such, but I can just tell you a few things. Live, don't exist. All right. Um, Failure is okay. Every failure leaves you richer. All
Right.
right. Tomorrow is another day. So hang on. Tomorrow will come. All right. Equality is very important, especially of opportunities and of gender. So make sure that you are never an instrument in anything unfair, incorrect, unequal. All right. Listen to people, right?
Wow.
Listen, and when you listen, then you are empowered to do something about what you have understood. And most importantly, be hopeful. I mean, optimism and being hopeful is something I keep on reminding myself that, Sujit, this is important, this is important. And especially in under COVID times now, when schools and teachers are not having it so smooth, and there is a lot of turbulence all around them, then it is
Right.
important for us to be hopeful and keep our faith intact and wait, because tomorrow is coming and tomorrow is another day.
Right. So there's one more question I have for you, and that is just because time खत्म होता जा रहा है, and हमें we have to wind up. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
as a principal or as a person, what is an integral part of happy dressing up for an event for you?
Silver earrings and kajal. Yeah.
Ah,
Danglers, usually silver, and kajal. That's it.
wow.
Kajal is
And you look
I will
so
wear it.
elegant. You look so elegant in whatever you carry. This is really, look amazing
Thank you.
to you
Thank you.
with your simplicity. Yeah. There's one, news coming from Sukriti, and she has shared her photograph. She's saying ki this is her photograph, and she is saying she she has won Silver Creator Award from YouTube for 1 lakh
Oh,
subscribers. So,
wow.
so,
Awesome.
so congratulations, सुकृति. तुमने कहा शेयर करना मैम से, और आज मैंने ये तुम्हारी खुशखबरी यहाँ पर दे दी अभी के अभी. So
Sukriti
she's
comes
just,
from a family of strong women. So I'm
yeah,
not surprised. Keep it up.
yeah, she is very intelligent and she's very funny. तो मजा आ जाता है, उसकी lively बहुत है. Such a lively person.
Programs are very good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I had one photograph left that is, we
Oh, yes, of you.
ये
Yeah.
ये साथ में फोटो मैंने उनकी डीपी से ही ली थी.
Okay.
This was one of we started with his testimonial only.
Yes. Yes.
So अब हम ये एक announcement करना चाहेंगे कि we are coming up with the Women Leaders Versatile Award, and you are again nominated as a versatile queen. So here's the bouquet for you.
Received. Thank you.
Yay!
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So, and one more announcement we want to do. As we planned earlier, we'll be doing Faridabad Marathon. So, we'll be
Okay.
doing Faridabad Marathon soon. The pandemic time gets over, and
Yes.
with
Let's tell COVID to go because
yes,
we want to run.
yes. So it's we're gonna do it with the DPS Greater Faridabad. This is a promise to all
Oh,
our
yes.
viewers.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. So it's great having you at our बहुत ही अच्छा अमेजिंग ये जर्नी रही लाइफ जर्नी यू शेयर्ड एंड अबाउट योर पास्ट जर्नी आपके बचपन की और आपके कॉलेज टाइम्स की और आज की so we really enjoyed and I'm sure our viewers must have to at the fullest. So and keep inspiring our हम तो हो ही रहे हैं इंस्पायर आपसे बट आप जो आपकी आने वाली जनरेशन है जिनको आप पढ़ा रहे हैं और जो आपके पास्ट है वो आप उनको लेकर आगे बढ़ते चले जाएं कीप
Thank
अचीविंग
you.
मोर
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. It's such an honor for my school, and I thank you on behalf of my school for having us on your show, right? And so my entire school family is very, very grateful to you, Harpreetji. Thank you.
I'm so thankful to all my viewers and all the DPS parents and the students who've been watching us, and they have been commenting on our uh, board as well. और हम उसको जरूर reply करेंगे. So thankful each one of you, and to all the teachers, especially Ritu ji, and she has been, so helpful and
Yeah,
she guided.
Ritu Chopra has been very, I'm sure. She's a
Yeah.
great help at
So
school.
yeah, so each one of you who guided me and especially to you and being a wonderful person in my life, I really feel blessed to have you, friend. So
Thank you.
keep
Thank you.
doing great.
Lots more living to do and lots more sharing to do. Yeah, let's look forward to
May
that.
वाहिगुरु जी bless all. इसी तरह से
Thank
हम बढ़ते रहें, खुशियाँ बांटते रहें और बिखेरते रहें.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Honor. Thank you.
So, friends, it was a wonderful live show today, having a great personality with us, Mrs. Surjeet Khanna, and she is such an amazing personality and intelligent persona, and what a dynamic personality she is. And हम इसी तरह से लेकर आते हैं बहुत इंस्पायरिंग पर्सनैलिटीज़ को इस शो में फ्रॉम डिफरेंट वॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ सो हमारे साथ जुड़े रहें और in case you see someone else some unique some inspiring personality around you you can mail us and you can talk to us we will get them here at this show and this is our motto to inspire and motivate others we are motivating lives so मिलते हैं जल्द ही आपको एक नए हस्ती के साथ नए मेहमान के साथ तब तक के लिए टेक केयर गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल कीप स्माइलिंग टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ सी यू सून